Stand by.
Alright. I got the water.
Alright, it's safe to consume.
What are you guys doing to me?
We're helping you out.
Give you some pills. Threw up on me.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Thank
I
you.
was just eating.
What do you eat? Taco Bell?
No, spaghetti with rice.
Nice.
Spaghetti tuna, I think that's what it's called.
Like casserole shit?
With Alfredo sauce.
It's fucking weird. Look badass,
That
man. Where'd you
shit.
get a blackjack?
Trosco, whatever. That fucking mountain. That's all the way up there. The military base that's all the way up there.
Do you have a tundra and all that stuff hidden somewhere?
Alright.
looks like
Who's
there's
got
a
the
lot more
megaphone? Who's got
boxes
the
here.
megaphone?
There's no point in me bringing it here.
This megaphone. This.
Holy fuck.
Julian, we are
Yes,
live.
sir. Alright, let me pull it up.
Here you go.
Anybody seen any boots? I need some boots. If anyone sees a pair of boots spawn, let me know. My shoes are ruined.
Mic check, mic check.
I heard you.
Hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who needed the boots? I got some sneakers.
Oh, I was just coming over here. I'm right next to you. Thank you.
Now there's plenty of food in them crates over there. If you guys want to get a stick and grill up some grub, take on the road with you, it's free for all. Hello, Nixta. Don is hosting as well.
Damn, Nick, did you really go from all the way up north? Or is he not actually here?
No, Nick is on the watching the stream. He's not here.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, because I was hanging out with him earlier.
He
Oh, do I
says
need
he
to
wants
wash my
somebody
mouth
to
first?
start jamming some tunes with a megaphone.
We're streaming. I need to wash my mouth, yeah. You guys can all listen to Saturday Night Live with me.
I mean, we're adults. I mean, just, you don't I mean, just don't go bonkers. I mean, if you let a shit or a fuck fly, I don't care.
Don't worry, guys. I'll just be quiet and you all can listen to Saturday Night Live.
It's way too loud.
Alrighty.
But if somebody does start saying like crazy racist stuff or anything like that, I will mute the stream.
Let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
There goes my main speech then.
Alright, we got a little couple stragglers coming on in.
Are there any military clothes around here? I'm surprised they're not seeing any spawn. I need a new jacket. Oh, never mind. We're about to start.
Oh,
Time for a rain dance.
Alright, everybody, for those here, I am Julian. You guys have probably seen or heard from me on the Discord for quite a while, past couple days actually. We'll be starting here in about maybe 2 minutes. We do have some stragglers coming in, so we'll make sure their voice is heard from there. Does anybody have any questions for me? I know it's going to be hard with everybody talking over themselves, but let's try to be respectful and have one at a time.
good.
Buddy?
Hey, people in the woods. Hurry up.
Sorry, I heard that pin pull.
Oh, I do apologise for that.
Yeah, next, the echo is from the megaphone.
All right, everybody.
Caution against
Oh, go
any
ahead.
music being played as to avoid copyright strikes. Guys,
Yes, please. Please keep the music down, due to the copyrights and everything. We are streaming right now. Got a couple people already watching the stream, about 8. I would like to welcome everybody on the stream. Thank you for tuning. We still got some more stragglers coming in. We'll postpone a couple more minutes until they can get in here. After that, we will get started. There is a campfire, there's food, go ahead and make whatever, and then we'll get started after that. Thank you.
How's everyone doing?
What do you do?
Good.
doing good, man. Doing
Tired.
good. How about yourself?
Doing good.
some vitamins. Does anyone have any vitamins?
Yes, I do. Aneurysm. Swirling around.
Could you feed me 5, please? I've got the sickness.
I brought some a cooking pot full of purified water if anybody needs a drink.
Cool.
Alright, if that doesn't do it, come back to me in 5 minutes.
Nice one, thank you.
Do you need tetracycline as well?
No, I had some of the tetracycline, thanks. Just took one.
Alrighty then.
It worked
You
last
have a
night.
strong pulse. Oh, somebody feed the fire. You may have to stick a piece of paper in there too, I think. Ah, there we go.
Cool. My gun's disappeared. What the fuck? What's going on?
Alright guys, as I've mentioned before, my name's Julian, Ghost Slayer on the server. Appreciate you guys showing up. Again, I know some people are still slowly moving on in here. If you guys can get in some type of a circle, we'll start from my left, going clockwise. If one of you guys can each say your name so we can do a roll call, that'd be appreciative.
Yeah.
Alright, who's right here on my left? There we go, let's try to do that.
This is Aneurysm, orange armband, orange backpack, skull mask.
Taco just to the left of Aneurysm.
This is Doc Holliday just to the left.
Ready? Hello.
Conshock jumping.
Y'all should raise your hands when introducing. Where was Doc Holliday?
Who's that guy then?
Doc has got the cowboy hat.
Say that again.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I've lost my gun.
Oh boy. There's always one at every party.
Yep. Welcome, newcomer. Who do we have that just joined us? Actually, from the looks of it, looks like we're all here, except for 2 people who just joined us, just ran in, fresh spawn. Who we got?
Yep, that's Weenie. I'm here.
Yeah, Weenie?
Okay,
Oh, you guys made it.
We're still going around.
perfect. Yes. Where did we stop at?
Over, Pressfest, I think? Over there?
Pressfest is next.
Yeah. All right, that's Doc waving.
Okay, Doc's waving. Alright, to the left of Doc. Go.
Steady.
Is this inner side?
Oh, didn't hear you, Mike, buddy.
Oh, it's me, Conshock, sorry.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I'm bored. How's it going?
Idiot.
Alright, we didn't hear you, good sir.
Gentleman with the combat mask on.
I hope y'all brought mics
Watch
to
that
the
fire,
meeting.
dude.
Alright. Orange, who are you?
Oh, my bad. I had my mic on
Mike's
mute.
work.
Army, 100. Jumping up and down.
Alright.
This is Vegas, yellow armband.
Weenie, jumping.
That leaves B-Town, right?
We're not hearing you, good sir. You just jumped.
Yeah, B-Town, you're muted or something, brother.
Willful, you
Is
there?
that B-Town? He's in a party.
Can you hear me now?
That should help. That'll help the meeting go quicker.
Roger that. Got you loud and clear, B-Town.
It's B-Town. Sorry. Sorry, we're
Yes, yes, I can hear you. Where you at, buddy?
Oh, we got another latecomer?
Alright, man, no worries. When you get here, you got the stream on? Alright, good sir. If you can, just, if you have anything that comes up, just type it in there while you're on your way up here.
We need to take
Alright,
your
man.
assault vest real quick.
I'll let everybody know.
Drop
We'll
it
see
there,
you
I'll
when you
grab
get
it.
here. Heard you're having car troubles too, so we'll see you when you get here, buddy.
Let me
Yes, sir.
grab some SKS ammo.
Alright, everybody. Willful, he is currently having car troubles. He's in Starry and will be here shortly. He's just running on up here, but we will continue. He's got the stream on, and if anything comes up on his journey, he can type it in. I got the chat loaded up as well. So, without further ado, the biggest question on everybody's head, mind, I believe, is do we wipe or do we restore the backup for this update? That being said, if you need to talk, go ahead and stand up, and again, we'll do the whole go right around like we did with the name call, and each person will express their views, and we can do a vote after that.
All right. Well,
Can we do
I mean,
thumbs up,
all right.
thumbs
Well,
down?
I mean, at some point, wipes are probably going to be a necessary evil. But for right now, why don't we just try the backup restore? Because we really don't lose anything by doing that. Am I not right? Am I not understanding how that works correctly?
So right now, what we've
Yeah,
been
that's right.
noticing with the backups on the other 4 servers is we've been noticing a couple bits of lag. Yes, the new items are in. It seems like there is a miscommunication with the programming of it. It seems like there was 2 different patches, one for the actual game mechanics where we did get on this server as vaulting, the sickness, etc. But the actual mechanic for the new loot itself kind of implemented on this server, since we're using it kind of like a control test. It implemented to where it showed all the other old loot spawning in different places. So in, we'll say our public server, for example, you guys probably have noticed around at the police station, the M locks, any police stuff, watch out for the fire, buddy. Any of the police spawns will actually spawn in the houses, surrounding houses of that area. For here at Green Mountain on the control server, we used to have hoodies and sneakers spawn up at the tower up in the top. Now we're getting flashbangs, grenades, M4 rails. So there is a disconnect on the new loot items, but it is essentially up to the community itself, as you guys are here, whether we wipe or we just restore a backup. With the wipe being said, we do have a lot of new players in, as you guys have seen, and with the presence here as well as on Twitch. There is a new presence, and we want to try to figure out a way to be able to get the new players in so we can keep growing the server. Do I believe we should wipe every update? No. But whatever anybody's thoughts are, go ahead and continue.
No, well, with that loot cycle thing, it's also happening at Northwest as well. So there's in the garages, you're finding different stuff there as well. So it's a deliberate part with the latest update. They've added more loot to more areas. So if, say, you're like in a military zone, it'll be sort of military gear. But what they've done was, when they mapped out the buildings, they had certain colours apparently. So like the outing of a building was denoted as a certain colour, which would denote a certain loot that would happen. So just say red was military. What they've done is added sort of more red buildings in that area, which then actually spawns new military, as far as I could work out from a stream that I saw on PC last night, which I guess would be the same that's implemented on Xbox.
Has anyone actually found anything new?
Well, I have.
Not
Oh,
on
no,
the
not
private
here.
server.
Not on the private server.
This server hasn't been done, so no. Other servers and my own private server, yes. Yep. After the restore was done. See what it does is it loads a new file in the Nitrado app, and then it reloads the whole thing. So it's kind of like BI put out a file which was 105, which gave us vaulting and everything, and changed the loot patterns and the loot areas. But what it didn't do was, must have been another attachment to that file that also put the new loot items in. So yeah, once you do the restore, you'll see Nitrado will come up with a little thing saying loading installation file, And after that's done, straight away you'll find the new items straight away.
Now, have you noticed any other like adverse effects in terms of like glitches possibly caused by the backup or anything of that nature?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
what
this
Julian
is
was
Doc.
saying. Yeah,
Sorry, go
mate.
ahead.
Just what Julian was saying with the slow lag and stuff. I noticed that before the last update. So, and then I played the public server last night, Don one. Here's your server number, and yeah, the lag wasn't that bad. So I think it comes and goes.
Well, what I was going to say is somebody came along, this is Doc, I just joined the server here a few weeks ago, and I know some of you guys have been on here for a while, and if we could come up with some ground rules on like not to hoard certain things, then I would be fine without a wipe. You know, like it's really difficult to find a tent right now, for example.
It's a little
Yeah, no,
difficult.
I hear what you're saying, there, Doc. We've had, we had an issue early on in the server where the password was leaked, and we don't know the people that weren't supposed to be here. We don't know exactly what they got their hands on and what they stashed. Now, if they did get their hands on a lot of gear, tents, guns, what have you, and stashed it, it's lost for 45 days. And it's been probably, what, a good 3 weeks or so since them guys have been gone. I think that whole Willow Vim fiasco. So we're kind of in the middle of I don't know what the answer is, because there's a lot of people here that have put a lot of hard work into bases and building and stuff like that. So personally, I can go either way with it. Whatever the majority decides, I'll just roll with whatever everybody decides. But I know other people here that have built a lot. They may have more to say about it than I do.
Well, what I was
I've got
thinking is some. Go ahead, man.
So, the playing on the public server, I've noticed that you guys did a backup on that, correct? To get the 1.05 stuff in?
Correct. That was a restored backup.
Okay. So, yeah, we got all the new stuff, and I have found new stuff on there, but I've also found that the loot is just everywhere, all over the place, in buildings it shouldn't even be in. I found sheet metal in a farmhouse that should never even be anywhere close to it. So if we can't get that situation rectified, I say we just wipe the server and start fresh.
Well,
Gotta be one of the guys coming up.
I don't see a problem with more loot on the map.
Not more
Well,
loot.
I say whatever makes the.
Willful?
The loot is
I
spawning
say whatever
stuff
makes
that
the
shouldn't be
game run
spawning up there.
smoother. My,
Yeah, but that could be to do with BI. What they've done, it's nothing to do with what we were doing or what the restore's done.
They had just talked about this, Weenie. Devo, I'm pretty sure, had said that it's the way the new update is. It's just it's the way to implement more loot.
Yeah, that's how I see it working too.
Gotcha. So that's how they're putting more loot on there, is kind of tweaking the spawns of stuff where it spawns at.
I'd say that's probably the easiest way. Yeah, what they've done is added certain other loot to the existing, what should be a spawn area for another bit of loot, sort of thing.
Alright, well if that's how it's supposed to be, and then it's not like a backup messing it up, then yeah, don't wipe the server then.
Well,
Yeah,
what about the fact that it could draw new players?
yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I haven't been around that long, but I wouldn't mind a wipe. But like I said, I mean, I've only put in, a week or two worth of work on the server and collecting and everything. But it's not a terrible idea to make sure that everybody's going to get a fair chance at the loot. And if there are a lot of new players, at least they'll have a good, foothold as equal as anybody else, as long as they put in the work. So it might encourage people to stick around.
Yeah, just with the tent part, It's like the server has a database, and what it does is it says, okay, we have 25 players, therefore we are only going to spawn 50 tents. Once those 50 tents are being placed in inventory, there will be no more tents spawn. So you can't really affect what BI's done.
I saw a tent at Balota earlier today in one of the tents when I was looking for clothes. So I mean, they're still
Go
spawning.
ahead and find a spot to stand.
Yep,
Over in the
yep,
circle.
that's right. And if we're adding more players all the time, the lucky person to find that next either AR or next tent or next thing, you know, they're going to be the lucky person because we've added new players to the database.
Hello, everyone. Finally got you.
Oh, is it Willful?
Yo, hello.
Welcome back.
What a trip that was. All the way from Gorka.
Alright, sir, go ahead and stand and introduce yourself for everybody.
I'm Will. I've only just been in the server for a little bit. Probably 2 days. I've just been watching you since I've been travelling up here on the Twitch. Other than that, really it's up to you guys if you guys want to wipe or not. I haven't really done much. I've only just been running around. So yeah.
Alrighty, thank you.
I will.
Anybody else has anything?
The only thing I would add to that is if we do decide on a wipe, I think it would be probably fun and in the best interest of giving like a good advance notice, maybe a couple days or up to a week if you may, just so we can have fucking some fun with like let's go throw down in the Thunderdome. Let's burn all the weapons we've got. Let's have a big battle somewhere.
Split the server into 2 teams.
That's definitely a good idea if you're going to do a server wipe.
Or who's talking earlier over Devo? If you can, just stand up when you talk, please.
Anybody?
Bad. Yeah, only thing I was going to say, add to this, is if we do decide on a server wipe, if we could have like a gentleman's agreement that like whatever we decide, but something like 1 tent per type for your character, because if anyone has like 5 tents in their base, it's kind of unfair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you, Doc.
Yeah. I can agree with that.
Yeah, but we've also
I
decided.
can definitely
We've also decided PvP and base rating. So, you know, you can initialize that to go on to get your stuff as well. You've got to be in the red zone to do such ideas. You can't be hoarding your stuff back into the green zone. It leaves the red zone open. It leaves the option for PvP open. It also leaves the ID for RP within the clans. So you start clan wars. So, you know, that's sort of the whole idea of Dayz since day one is you loot what you can, and then you got to, you know, you're all survivors. You got to fight for your own survival. So, you know, I sort of think you got to have that little bit of, you know, thievery amongst it all to keep the server interesting.
So if it's 1 tent per character, then when you raid a base out in the red zone, do you have to leave the tents?
I reckon it should be like fair game. I mean, yeah, if you want to leave it there for other players to get, well, you know, that's your own problem. Well, see, I'm someone who wouldn't use a tent. I'd rather, you know, have a stash or constantly keep building one character, and then if it dies, go and build another one. I mean, that's the way Dayz sort of is.
That's all very good points, and I agree with pretty much everything that was just said. But that's like the base rating and the loot stuff is something we were gonna move on to in a little bit. But for right now, can we just get an official like ruling or motion on what we're gonna do in terms of a wipe?
Yeah, let's stick to topics.
Perfect. Whoever just walked in, go ahead and introduce yourself real quick and join the circle.
Zombie Pan.
Welcome. If you joined,
Hello, zombie.
what we're gonna do
How you
is if
doing,
you need to
guys?
talk, stand. Once you're done talking, just go ahead and crouch down or prone, whatever, so that way we know who all is ready to talk. All right, so all in favor for a server restore, go ahead and stand up.
Wait, for which one?
Backup. The backup. It's a backup, not the wipe. No wipe.
I think it's worth a shot first. We got nothing to lose. We could always wipe later.
Agreed. Let's try it first before we wipe.
Yeah, play it safe. Do the restore, and we'll see how it goes.
Alrighty, I'll go ahead and make note of that.
How far back is the restore?
It'll be
Hopefully
24 hours.
just
It'll be
24
back to
hours.
yesterday.
Oh,
Would probably be
fuck,
the,
we'll just
the
do
best
that.
idea. So I tried to warn people on Discord yesterday if that was going to be the end result today, that what you've done in the last 24 hours, say from this point or from later on whenever Don does it, you'll lose it. You'll end up with your character back in the same spot as the restore was done, and everything should be okay, and all new loot will have spawned, and hopefully if BI changed the loot economy, we might see more loot around straight away. If that doesn't work and things aren't going good, then we can go after a wipe.
Perfect.
Is it not possible to just do an hour rather than 24 hours?
No, unfortunately it's 24 hours.
Okay.
Can we do it 24 hours after the end of this meeting or something?
Alright, so the way that the restore goes is Nitrado servers automatically back up every 12-24 hours. Downside is we cannot manually back up or end this time. Don and I, we've been trying to figure out what time exactly these backups are, but from the looks of it on the actual website is the fact that they're kind of erratic. They'll try to be around like the same time. For example, one restart will be at like 1:30 p.m. The other one would be at like 1:37 or 1:24, and we just had one recently that was at like 6:30 p.m. So we don't know exactly what time zone that's in, so it kind of makes it difficult for that. All we can do is utilize the last backup that was made for now until we figure out exactly what time's what.
Cool.
Aneurysms, does the chat have anything else to add, or no?
No, just Harry chimed in that, you know, he would be in agreement that if we were to go down the road of having a full wipe at some point, yes, like an all-out war server event type thing would be good.
So basically, purge event. No red or no green zones, nothing.
So yeah, something like that. I mean, the rules get hashed out in the event of that, but we're not. It appears that we are in favor of attempting the restore first, see how that goes, and then we can decide whether or not a wipe is appropriate from there.
Just for some of the new guys and maybe some people who don't know, there's a couple of guys, Death and Wicked Bong. They've been doing a lot of good building and stuff around the place, and not just them, but everyone who's attached with Fart and built here. And we've got the Thunderdome just outside, which is there if someone wants to hold an event for some sort of, I don't know, punch-up-a-thon or something like that. He's also made an arena just down in North Cherno where we can all get together with some pistols and have a 2v2 inside an arena down there. Don's got Don's Fort there that we had the server online event as well. So you know, that all took a lot of hours. I don't know if people appreciate how much time and effort that takes running around finding all the nails and stuff to build that sort of stuff, then carrying logs. And it'd be a shame for people just to, you know, not use that, utilise what people have done here for the server and wipe everything, because we, you know, none of us have basically used it. So congratulations to the guys who have done it, and it'd be a shame for the people if we, you know, if we didn't actually utilise it. So we've got to keep that in mind.
Fair enough. Thank you, Devo. Thank you. All right, so we're all in agreement with keeping just going back a couple hours or 24 hours for a backup. We'll move on to the next. All right, mic check 1 2. There we go. So looks like we're all in agreement for the backup restore. We'll do that right after we're done with talking here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and move on to the next pressing topic. Day and night cycles. Now that we got 105 out with night vision. Does anybody have any suggestions?
It should definitely be increased. We should probably go to at least an hour nighttime.
Agreed.
Shorten night.
Agreed. I reckon so. Probably about an hour, no longer, no less.
I'm good with an
Go
hour.
ahead.
Half an hour, man. That seems like a good amount. Short nights are
In
awesome.
favor in an hour.
For an
All right,
hour.
What about daytime first? We'll figure that out.
What is it? 5 hours now?
Daytime is currently at 5 hours. Nighttime's currently at 30 minutes.
It's kind of good the way it is, I think.
I reckon we just leave it. 5 hours is long enough. I thought we didn't have night on here until I asked somebody.
Right. Perfect. So all in agreement for 1 hour night. Stand up. And aneurysm, keep an eye on the chat.
Yeah, we got 2 people chime in that agree with an hour nighttime.
All right. Perfect. I'll go ahead and make a note of that right now.
I hope you all run out of batteries.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Say.
Someone's going to start hoarding batteries to keep it away from
Then
everybody.
we got flares and torches, man.
One rag, one large stick.
All right. Now that we got day-night cycles taken care of, 5 hour days, 1 hour nights, we'll move on to the next option or next thing. How are we going to... So with the rules that we currently have in place, now that we have that ban list up, does anybody have anything to chime in for what should we use as punishments for password shares or using alts going against those rules? Go ahead. Floor's open.
I think there should be a set list of punishment that you're going to get, like how many days you're banned for certain things. Like password sharing should be perma-banned right off the rip. So on and so forth, whatever you guys decide as moderators.
Yeah, I mean, considering all the problems we had early on in the server with people leaking the password and the shitstorm it caused, obviously there needs to be a consequence for it. I mean, sometimes it's more egregious offense than other times. I mean, if somebody shares it with a friend that they're actively maybe trying to recruit, yeah, that's a problem, and they should be punished, but should they be permabanned for that? I don't know. But obviously, like, if somebody brought in 4 knuckleheads to live stream and grief people everywhere up and down the coast, that's terrible.
Go ahead.
If we have other players that we've recruited on the public server and and there's a special event going on the private server, can we get permission in advance to bring them over and just have a password change after?
Yeah, I think that's a good
Go ahead,
idea.
Devo.
See, what I was mentioning to Julian before was because it's a database loot system, if we add more players to the database, then there's going to be greater spawns of loot as well. So we're going to get more tents, more weapons and stuff. So if we open the this server to say like a 24-hour period for an event, and we invite people in, what we can do then is add a restore point maybe to it to make sure nothing's destroyed in that 24 hours, and that also at the same time gain a bigger loot economy at the same time. So it's sort of a win-win situation. We hold a good event, we also get more loot.
if we're restoring it, what's the point of that loot if we're gonna lose it?
No, you're not going to loot it. What you're doing is you're adding players to the database. So I'm not sure. We'd have to test it to see if it works. But my theory would be if you add players to the database, it won't ever change the database. That player will automatically go into the database, and then it'll be a restore point on top of that. So we adding people to it. We do the event. We instantly lock it off with a different password, so they can't get back in. Their names will still be registered somewhere in the database. They probably won't get much loot in that 24-hour period or 12-hour period, or even just for 2 hours it might only work for. And instantly we'll add the numbers to the database, and then therefore the loot economy should increase.
Yeah, that's how I like that idea.
Anybody else has anything to say on that?
Even if we do this, we need to make it very clear to these people when they come in that they have to follow the rules and not go into the green zone. Unless there's a specific event going on, like a purge or something like that. Like a purge would be a great point to invite just a load of people in here to mess around and get their feet wet in the private server and see the kind of community that we're trying to build, because people that watch the stream don't necessarily see that side. So I think it could be hard for them to be hesitant to pay that $2 that all of us here are willing to pay, that not everyone clearly is.
I think bringing them in would only be for things like purges or boxing competitions and shit like that. It's not like anyone can bring them in because they're gonna go fight another squad or anything like that. You can't just bring them in for any reason, right?
Obviously, it has to be a special, very special occasion.
Just for like an event like Assault Don's Castle or Don's Fort, or use the Thunderdome, or use the new paintball arena or whatever.
Yeah, and then you just change the password all day.
We do believe that for special events we should be trying to recruit or invite people in for a special limited time. But what are we going to do with people who are actively caught leaking the password or sharing the password? Is it a fucking ban hammer right away? Is it, 3 strikes you're out? Go to committee depending on how egregious the offense is?
I think you should go to committee.
Alright, I'll let you guys know this now. You guys probably noticed the password being changed maybe 2-3 times already these past 2 weeks. Those have been password sharing. I will go ahead and admit to that for people doing that. What we've currently had implemented was possibly a 24-hour ban from the private server on the Discord, so they can't see what the new password is, and then after that 24 hours they would come up. Or we'd reinstate the roles where they can come in. However,
I think it should be longer.
If we're going to be longer. Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, I think a week. Yeah, I think a week. If you let people in,
definitely
you're
24
banned for a
hours.
week. And then that sort of calms them down a little bit, and they'll think about it and probably won't do it again. It gives us an idea of to monitor the names that are coming onto the server at the same time. So if it continues to happen, then we've got someone else who's doing it. 24 hours is probably not long enough.
Does chat got anything to say, Aneurysm?
Yeah, Harry chimed in. He said he thinks alts should still not be allowed, and that is a thing that alts aren't allowed anyway. Nixta says ban without prior permission. Harry says password share permaban with chance of committee parole. Ban unless a crazy justification. Month ban. So we're kind of all over the place here with this one.
So I have a quick statement about the alts. I know that other servers are using alts because they want you to stash your higher tier loot, like your good weapons, AKs, and M4s, on alts, so that way they're not technically stolen and have a chance to respawn. I don't know if that's valid, but maybe a one alt thing so you can stash an extra weapon.
The problem with alts is people can ghost. So that If we don't have alts, then we can't have ghosting. We can still get people combat logging, but we can't have ghosts, and that's something we don't want.
We already get people that combat log and ghost in, even without alts.
All right, before we stray off to the other topics we may possibly have to cover, password sharing. All in favor for a week? Go ahead and stand up for first offense. Is chat agreeing as well? Aaron, I know there's a delay.
How do you prove password
like
sharing? Because I think that, like, if someone just accuses somebody, I think that's kind of fucked up. Like,
all right, what happens is myself,
without
Don,
giving
and some
up
other
too
admins.
much information.
Go ahead.
You say, like, these guys can do detective work and figure out who's doing it.
We do our quite detective work, and like I said, we've already had 3 in the past 2 weeks shared that we found out and have been admitted, thankfully, and we were able to take care of the situation and rectify them quickly.
See, if their name's not on Discord, and the YouTube Discord or anything like that, Don just checks them off. So it's pretty simple to get rid of the new players constantly. They just keep going on the ban list. But then you have to find out actually who's doing it, which is a little bit more difficult. But if we're taking out the people who are not supposed to be here, then that's fine.
I'm just saying, you do have
for the
actual
password
evidence,
sharing?
right? Like, does somebody get a chance to defend themselves?
Yes, they'll be able to message myself, Don, or the other admins. Will be able to talk to them and see what all's going on so they could defend themselves. That being said, as the community as a whole, everybody here, if you do see a suspicious name, we do recommend that you guys utilize the mod mail that we do have on the Discord. It goes straight to the admins and myself, or you can also just individually DM us and we can go ahead and try to start our investigation on it. It will take a little bit of time until we figure it out, but if you see a password change, then everything's been confirmed or whatnot. And we'll also try to basically let you know what's all going on with that situation. And as I mentioned, the mod mail, it does work. It's a little confusing. I will post a quick copy and paste for you guys, so you can just copy it and paste it into the DM spot for the mod mail, and it automatically sends to all of the admins and any of the support staff, which is probably your best bet for a fast turnaround.
Okay, now, are we allowed to, like, mention a gamer tag in the private server chat on the Discord, and somebody has to respond if that's their gamer tag, so we can check and make sure they belong?
On the note of gamer tags, if you guys go ahead and pull up the Discord and look into private server info, there's going to be a Google document that Don has graciously put together and posted, and that basically, it'll be server info. That's where it'll be for your recognition. If you click on that, it's a Google document to where you literally would just go ahead and put in your Discord name, your gamer tag, and your YouTube channel name, so that way there is full anonymity between people, and we have a full list of who all is approved.
So yeah, basically, if you suspect somebody, don't call them out directly in the Discord, because that could lead to a whole other set of problems. Your best bet would be probably to try to contact the mod like Julian or somebody, and he can cross-reference that with the player list and figure it out.
For sure. Well, anybody can call me out. I don't give a shit. I own up.
Fair enough. All right, for second offense on password sharing. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Anderson.
You got 3 people in the chat that say week, and Harry says month with a chance of parole.
Alrighty. Is anybody saying anything for a month for password sharing first offense? Stand up. How many in the chat do we have?
That makes Harry and these 2 standing. Yeah, that's 3.
I'm not gonna do it, so I don't give a shit how long you ban them.
I think for third offense, that would be more suiting for that punishment.
All right.
Yeah, I
While
think a
we're
week,
on
second
the
time.
No, I think it should be
Week, 2 weeks in a
permabanned
month.
for a second. You know what you're doing the second go around.
Yeah, are we gonna let it get to 3 times? Somebody share the
Yeah,
password?
one time should
Second
be
time
enough.
permanent.
You gotta go, eh?
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So,
Right.
Ursa, do you want anything to talk about on that second offense? Saw you standing for the month.
No, I'm good.
All right. So, second offense. All in favor for a permaban? Permaban? Ban? Go ahead and stand. I'm trying to keep myself out of these. All right. Second offense is permaban. First offense is 1 week. Let me go ahead and knock that out. All right, and then with the password sharing, it is okay for events. Am I getting that right? Certain events, that is.
You
Yeah, I'm happy
shouldn't
for
have to get
outsiders
permission.
for an event.
We should
We'll
just
make
make
sure
an event
that-
password that's like special or something like that, and just post it in the public Discord during the events, and just use that same password every time.
Well, the good news, what we can do with that is we can actually go on the Nitrado app and just delete the password in general, so it just makes it an open server for that time frame. And then once the event is done, we can go ahead and restore the backup at the same time we put in a new password. That would probably be the easiest way on our end, honestly.
Yep, that'd be the easiest. Yep.
That works.
So then we don't have to. So we don't have to worry about password sharing to friends. All right. So it's just whenever we just open up the server.
I'd say like something like maybe every 2 weeks or once a month or something like that. Just yeah, keep it fresh and also maybe get some more loot.
It's just a good way to get people into the server.
And Don should definitely be advertising these events on about his private server being open on his YouTube if we can get word to him about that. So that way it can definitely get a better influx of members.
Great news is Don is actually watching this stream. He's also posted it in the Discord and the general Xbox servers, as well as he's got it attached to the YouTube channel members as a note right now to Aneurysm's Twitch stream. So himself and everybody else and his followers are currently watching this stream as well while we're moving on forward. So we get the whole community involvement on that. This stream will also be a record. So after it's all done, we will be saving the stream and we'll be saving it and then using it later on as a archive if anybody ever wants to go look at it. Now with the opening up and recruitment, opening the server for events, we can segue in.
Devo.
You okay? Devo.
He's sick.
Goodness.
Can we get a photo after
Well, someone's got the echo. Wilford, what were you saying?
this? Can we get a photo after this?
Oh, of course, most definitely, most
Oh,
definitely.
definitely.
Yeah.
And an autograph.
Fair enough. All right, so
I know probably some smoke or
Without-
something to go on the background or something, just something fancy. I don't know, something different.
sure we got
Or
some
we can all
smoke
just put a
grenades.
grenade down and just blow us all up. Either way.
We'll figure that out. All right, with that being said, am I forgetting anything, guys? I'm going to do a quick recap. We're going for no wipes. We're going to try the restoring the backup first, and then if anything goes back or gets bad or anything, we will do a complete wipe. Next business is going to be 1 hour a night, 5-hour days. Punishment for password sharing, 1 week is going to be your first offense. Second offense is your permanent ban. We will be opening the server during events or special events with us just basically opening the server up for anybody to jump in for those, and then we will be doing a backup after that event is done. Am I missing anything thus far?
Are
Are we going to do the backup straight after this meeting?
We can go ahead and yes, we'll do the backup after this. We'll have everybody log out so no one loses. Well, yeah. So we can actually do a, mass search. Well, we'll work after that, but we'll either do it from 30 minutes or right after this meeting.
Just in case things don't work, let's not do something stupid. Let's all log out ordinary like we normally do, and then Don can initiate the restore.
Yeah, no.
Perfect.
No fuckery is necessary here.
All right. I did forget to mention, what about punishments for using an alt on this server?
I was going to say something about banning.
You
When
can
you ban
the alt
someone,
name.
so if someone's in game and you discover they're handing out the password or something, and you put them on the ban list, does that literally kick them out of the game straight away?
Yeah, they won't be able to
Aneurysm,
log
can you
in. They'll be
ask Harry?
rejected.
I mean, if they're already in the game, will they get kicked out, or you have to wait until they log out?
So what would happen is, once we update
Yeah,
that
that's
list, we'll
untested
have to
from my
do
side.
on our end. Believe we tested on Harry. He can probably confirm through the chat on the stream. But what we did was we used him as a test. We had him in game. In order for him to get kicked, we restarted the server after adding his name. So that did happen, and then
Right, so that kicks everyone anyways. Fair enough.
Exactly.
Now,
So,
I have
and
a
then,
question for that.
oh, go ahead. We're not hearing you, bud.
Doing an interpretive dance.
What did I just?
You're breaking up. Is anybody hearing him?
Nope.
Nope.
No, but that'll work. I mean, you put the name in, and you instantly restart the server. So it could take, I don't know, however long it takes one of the mods or Don to get onto it.
He crashed.
It's done then.
Yep, crash. Yeah, so we'll wait for him to come back, but basically all you do is you put the name in, the server gets restarted, they can't get in. Once you delete the name, the server will have to be restarted again for them to be able to have the access.
Yeah, and Harry is confirming that you have to do a restart, and then once you do the restart, if you try to log in, it says you were banned. You get a message that tells you that you're banned.
I'm not seeing the messages down in the left-hand corner. Did Don change that?
The messages are on the new format of that we have for the public server. We're using that as a test. I will give you guys a heads up. There will be the scheduled server restart is in about 1 hour and 6 minutes from now. So we still have some decent time. So we can actually, depending if this meeting takes that long. Yeah, we'll try to wrap it up. Let's wait for Ursa to get back here. You guys throwing all those grenades over there.
Lovely.
Sorry, guys.
All right,
Ursa wanted to ask what happens. Hold on a sec. Ursa was asking what happens if they change their gamer tags. Doesn't that just allow them access again?
We haven't tested that bit yet, but I would believe it would allow them access. So I need the community, you guys, to be able to keep an eye out on that. We don't know for a fact yet. Unfortunately, with the whitelisting not in yet, it's kind of we're using what we have available to us at that time.
Change the password every time you ban somebody, I guess.
Yeah,
yes, we can do that as well.
I mean, right now it's not an IP ban; it's just a gamer tag ban. So, if somebody were to change their gamer tag, well, if somebody gets kicked out, they can't be in the Discord anyway, right? They'll get removed from the Discord as well, Julian.
Correct.
And if they get the password and they're back in, someone in here is giving them their password. Most likely one of their teammates.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So we'll have to be just. I asked for everybody to keep their eyes out on the gamer tags. You guys can also see through the server list as well on here. It's not like on PlayStation where you can just see whoever's talking at the time. So we work with what we were given. We'll keep moving on forward. And that being said, does Ursa have the stream going, Teddy?
Yeah, I believe so.
Alrighty. Painters, I'm just keeping an
So the
eye
rules
out
are pretty
on
simple.
those comments for us. Go ahead.
The rules are pretty simple. I mean, it's like, don't kill in the green zone. That's number one rule. And don't kill here at Green Mountain. So that's the second rule. Apart from that, there are basically no rules. So if you keep the rules pretty simple, they're easy to follow. Yeah, and we shouldn't have too many
That's
problems
not the
with
only.
having to kick people
Those
out.
aren't the only rules.
Yeah, you skipped a few.
Well, which ones would
All
you
right.
like to see at before those two?
So the current rules that we have on this server is going to be no duping, no giving out the password. The password will be changed once a week. We are currently working on that. It's been changed like every other day from the looks of things. Apologies on all of that. No finger pointing in the chat about raids, kill on sites, names online. Keep it positive, and we're not asking who is firing shots in specific areas. So, like, let's say you hear from here, you can hear shots from Bybor, which is all the way up in the north. You can hear shots from Zelino. No asking where those are, or whatnot, etc. Who's in that area? If you want to go that way, go that way. The next one's going to be respect the way others want to play. Some may want to be lone wolves in the green zone. Let them just stay in peace and enjoy the green zone. If they're building a base, don't tear it down. The green zone's designed so that newcomers can come in and have a different play style to the game. 90% of the map itself is where you have that, basically, whatever goes, goes. Do not use the chat to get an advantage on others. Let's say even Don streaming, whatnot. One of the rules on the chat itself is no stream sniping from the Discord, and he will literally post where he's going to meet up because he wants, like what we're doing right now, nice group of individuals. We're trying to work together. Boom. Don't anybody take advantage of that. So, more rules. We already know where the green zone is. It is from, if you don't know, the map is actually posted on the Discord in the server info tab. If you go on that on a computer, you can actually zoom in to see exactly where the green zone and the red zone meet up, so you know exactly whether you're in the correct area. You cannot build in the green zone and then go raid in the red zone and come back. If you're going to do anything in the red zone, just stay in the red zone. On raiding, that is. Just to be fair. Safe zone, as we already know, is going to be Green Mountain and the green around the border of the map. It does stop at Tarovo, I believe, in the northeast of the map, and then north of that coastline is in the red. South is going to be about down by the end of Cherno. So yeah, Belota area. That where Belota and Cherno meet, that's where it stops. But other than that, like I said, 90% of the map, as I'm looking at it now, is pretty much the red zone. Green zone for Green Mountain is going to be the tree line at the base of the mountain. That is the green zone. One of the rules that we currently have for that is also going to be respected. We don't want anybody taking advantage of it and watching someone go into Green Mountain area and then sniping, or sniping from the green zone. Just be respectful. That's all we're asking. Green Mountain is set up as a trader base as well at the same time, and a little refuge area. We will be keeping medical supplies, water, and food stocked up here, and by we I mean the community. So if you're ever in the area and you want to go hunting, go ahead and throw some of the food up here for anybody that wants it. I know some people are going to be opening up their own little trading post out in the red zone. Just Green Mountain is going to be basically their learning area if they want to learn and then move out from there. On loot itself, I know some people myself as well, has been putting shoes in because we noticed that, duct tape only works with a friend now. If you didn't know, duct tape glitch works with a friend. From there, we are not accepting guns or ammo here. Now, of course, we got the spawns open, and that is free for anybody to take. I know we said no rating in the green, the red, whatnot, but for these spawns, so people can have them, they can come in here and take from the spawns. Welcome back, Ursa. You've been watching the stream according to what Teddy was saying, so you're kind of caught up to speed. Do you have anything to bring up?
We'll just say yes.
Okay. So, furthermore on it, like I said, no camping outside the safe zones or looking for kills or whatnot. If you are in the area and you know that food's kind of running low at Green Mountain, go ahead and throw some food in there. Just help out. We kind of built it now to where we're at the point of Green Mountain to just we're leaving it to the community. We're not doing any more building on it or whatnot. It's up to the community on how it stays, and we do hope people respect it. That is majority of the rules. I'll bring more up here for everybody.
What about the prison?
What do you mean, prison?
Prison
Island?
Is that in the red zone or the grey zone? Prison.
Prison Island is in the red zone.
Cool.
I thought it was green.
Wait, I'm looking at it right now. Let me pull it up here.
No, it stops about the Cherno Lighthouse before Ballotta. That's where the green stops, just a little bit past it. Ballotta Airfield is red zone. Prison Island is red zone.
Okay.
Yep, Prison Island is definitely in the red zone.
Cool. What about that other island that's on the bottom right-hand corner?
By Cami?
Look at the map.
Over by Electro.
Scalisti Island.
Yep, that is
the
in the
big
green
one
zone.
there. So that's also the green zone.
Correct. Is the chat jumping in on anything, Unerism?
No, just Harry had a couple things that he, in reference to the ban thing, but we've already covered it.
Alrighty, perfect. Alright, so for using an alt, what was the first offense going to be? Is that just going to be a permaban? I'm catching up on my Word document here.
Why don't you just keep it, like the password sharing?
I was like, how was
Second offense ban.
Alright, all
Everyone
in
should
favor
get
for...
a second chance.
Alright, perfect. All in favor for having the same punishment as password sharing, go ahead and stand up. Alright, do you guys want to plead a case, Ursa?
Oh, no, I was saying, what happens if they change their name? Does it still stick, the permaban?
Okay. So yeah, you missed that part. So what happens with the ban is we have to individually, I'm telling you guys a lot of secrets here, but hey, open-minded, I'm letting you guys know now. We have to specifically put in that gamer tag into the server listing on the website. From there, the server will be restarted, and that gamer tag is no longer allowed in. At that point, we will also be changing the password. So after the password's changed, your rights are taken away on Discord, so then you won't be able to see the password. And if you do get the password and you use an alt, that means we also have someone who's doing the password sharing, and we'll have to investigate from there as well.
Okay.
Any questions off that?
No, that's it.
Alrighty. So, same offenses or same punishments as password sharing. Let me go ahead and type all this in. For using an alt.
Dude, what are you doing?
Alright, so we've already talked about the unfamiliar names and the whatnot. Just keep your eyes open, let us know, message us, use the mod mail. I'm just going to stress that because it'll make your situation go a lot faster. So we've already talked about that.
We got a pumpkin chuck.
No, Lee.
What the hell, man?
Alrighty, so we're gonna go.
Alright, we just went to an adult stream.
Hey. Alright, let's see here. So now we're going to start diving into things. Events we kind of touched on, but we'll go more into it. I know it's been brought up to me in some direct messages and some talks as well through party chat or in game. But what does anybody have on the events for like having a steady on this every second Saturday of the month? There's going to be a private event, or there's going to be an event on the private server. Floor is open.
Yes, and yes.
Same time as
what do you want us to do?
Yeah, just mix it up. Have UK server event and US server event, friendly times. Australian, it doesn't seem to bother us too much because they seem to fit in somewhere along the line. But you've got to have it so if you're going to have like say 2 a month, have one at a UK friendly time and then one at a US friendly time.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. For the events themselves, we can do stuff like boxing matches and tournaments or squad battles. Like we can just have teams of 5-on-5 or something like that, fight it out in the city with nothing but like shotguns and Mosins or SKs, just the simple, easy to find weapons, something like that. You can pre-arrange like donations for them or something.
We can bet nails. I know currency is on the list of topics, but some betting could take place.
Okay, so the actual specifics of each event would be probably we can brainstorm that throughout the Discord and come up with that. But in agreement that every other week we go a U.S. event, then a UK event. Sounds good to me.
So, perfect. So 1 week's US, 1 week's UK, and that way we can keep them separate and separate times. Dad, I know you've been talking to a lot of our English folk. If you can, what is you guys up for a third Saturday? Or we can do first Saturday and second Saturday. Is that okay with everybody? So we know one.
Yeah, that works.
First and third,
That
or
works.
second and fourth, maybe. I don't know.
All right. So we will continue that in the Discord.
Yeah, have
We'll
a
figure out who's
fortnight break between it, in case we've got to do house cleaning to clean up members and stuff.
Perfect. So let me write that down.
What about New Year's?
Go ahead, Wilfer.
What about New Year's?
What about it?
New Year's?
Go ahead. You got the floor, good sir.
Most of us will probably be mostly fucked up and drunk and everything else. Doing anything for New Year's, or we're just going to keep it simple?
I work the next day, so I'm keeping it simple. I don't care, but I'll vote for doing whatever.
So having
Probably a
like
little
a
too early
mass
to
event
that out.
for that? Is that what we're going out for it, Wilfer? Like having a mass, like regular event?
Yeah, whatever. Because I'll be mostly sitting at home getting absolutely hammered, so...
I do that most days.
All right, I don't see any problem with that. We can do like a full 24-hour event on New Year's or a 48 one, so it covers both days of New Year's. That might go in with a nice little purge if we decide to do a wipeout around that time or anything like that too. So that we can segue that. We can definitely segue. I have it put down in my notes, so we're good with that. I also have 2 events, one for UK time, one for the US time. We can settle on that later on. We just need to get moving in on this meeting, of which I do appreciate everybody's input and positivity here.
Next point.
So we got event ideas. I know some people here have been organizing events, and I appreciate, and we'll work through those again. We'll add that into the 2 events that we have every month. So, does anybody have anything?
I haven't been on in a
Yeah, we
while,
probably
but
should
I'm
have
still
the,
working on that arena up in Seville. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Devo. You were saying something. I think I heard you as well. Where'd you go?
Oh, sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're fine.
just for the event thing, have them in the green zone so we can have our builders like Dead, Death, and Wicked Bowling who love building non-stop. you can have them build safely in the green zone. So we'll try and hold the events in the green zone. So if you die, you're instantly back at a spawn location. It'll be close to the event, so you can come back and watch it or participate again. It saves people travelling who are newbies, or if we invite them in, like public people, it saves them trekking across the map and removing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. So you just keep that in mind. Try and have the server events in a green zone, so like Cherno, Electro, Lumber Mill, that sort of area. So we don't invite people into the map too far, and it's easy for a respawn.
All in favor, go ahead and stand up for server events in the green zone. I don't know what's going on with you, Wilfer. You're going up and down.
Just excited, mate.
Oh, okay. I hear you, buddy. All right. Does anybody want to? All right, everybody, come back down. Those that were sitting down, anybody want to throw in their 2 cents? Some are getting disconnected, actually. Army, do you have anything you want to say on it? Army, are you there? Who was it disconnected? Does anybody remember? Was it Doc?
I think it was
Doc's been gone for a while.
Teddy. I think Teddy was one of them.
They touching me for
no. Yeah, Teddy's right here.
That's Teddy's here.
Oh,
right,
who are those two? There's two standing over there.
All right. Well, we'll move up. For other events that we may or may not have, Wolfer's going to be burying that body. For any events that we may have off the side, anybody can host it. We can also possibly do those as like team raids or faction wars that we can do, since it'll be we can do those and coordinate those in the red zone. That being said, let's segue into what constitutes a group. Floor is open.
You're going to need at least 3 players,
Yeah, two or more? Or maybe 3?
3.
Yeah, I think
it's got to be at least
events,
3.
Are you talking about like getting an officially like recognized faction, like for roles or something like that in Discord, or just like what do you mean just by what constitutes a group? I mean, players hanging out together constitutes a group.
Mainly for factions, for like faction wars or anything like that. If anybody wants to go ahead and work on that, or people can be lone wolves. It's up to them. Floor is open. We're taking ideas on that, what everybody says, and you got something to say, Anderson?
I think when events happen, we need people to be part of teams. So it's all well and good being lone wolves, but when there's an event, you're going to have to kind of be in a team, right? If it's a team event.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I think with that sort of idea, we have like solo or 2v2 or something like events, and maybe eventually we could do like a greater sort of half versus half thing. It probably depends on who turns up at the event, and then we organise the groups from there. But I think what Julian's saying is also what constitutes or what identifies people as a group. The server information was originally that, Julian and that started out, his role that he wanted to do was he wanted to run around being a doctor and cure everyone for disease, and then other people got certain ideas as to what they wanted to do, whether it be police force or, all these other ideas. They've all come and gone, but at the same time, people still want to do the same, an RP sort of idea that happens outside of event time. So, with that recognised, something like an armband on certain people might show to people who's getting looked down through a scope. Oh, that's Julian. He's the medic of the area, or he's the doctor, or it might save just a little bit of confusion in that sort of way. So if you want to identify yourself some way, which would be good, especially in a red zone. Green zone, you should be all safe all the time. But if you're in the red zone, you can probably identify yourself, that sort of way.
So, I mean, I have a couple ideas as far as like what constitutes a group that plays together or a faction. Like I'm actually recruiting 4 people to build a base together, work as a group at most most of the time if everyone's on, or at least a couple people are on. And we'll be mainly playing this server only, not just jumping around everywhere. I do plan on having us all wear black armbands. Yeah, this is Borg. I do plan on having us all wear black armbands to identify ourselves, but as far as like people who want to do stuff like roleplay as medics, maybe we could make a white armband rule where people with white armbands, even in the red zone, are not KOS, people. They can do things like be traders on the road or, be medics or something like that, as long as they aren't killing anybody. If you get killed by a white armband, they should get a 24-hour ban. But that's just, an idea. For the people who are interested in that kind of gameplay.
So what if people use that to their advantage, though?
Well, I mean, like what? I mean, if you're worried that someone just throws on a white armband to run between bases or something like that, then clip them changing their armbands.
And not only that, if you guys do have that clip and you let us know a time frame on the mods, we can actually go back into the log files and see exactly who it was.
Yeah, that's right. They'll show in the log file who's done the damage or whatever like that. So, yeah, just, try and be as honest as possible while you're playing a game where you run around killing each other. Just, have fun. Take the RP as serious as you want. But also, just respect people. If they want to play a certain style of game, it'll enrich your own gameplay.
You could say that people with a white armband can't carry more than a pistol, for zombie defense or something like that. They can't be carrying around rifles and M4s or anything like that. I mean, if they're there to roleplay and barter, that's one thing. If they can prove that they bartered for an M4 that they're going to trade to somebody else, tell them to clip their trades.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, you'll work it out, won't you?
We're all killers.
I definitely like the armband idea. But
Alright, just for...
not against people not wearing them. So.
Like, my faction will be represented by the black armbands, so... Once I can find enough raincoats.
Yep, well, I've taken yellow for... crap. So, yeah, I'm free game in the red. Yeah, basically that signifies that I'm willing to PvP and also will respect other people who choose something like a white one for a medic.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
We would definitely respect the white armband rule. We're pretty much neutral. We're going to be trying to be more of a for-hire group for helping defend or attack other players. But, we're open for PvP also.
Alright, perfect. So, go ahead, Wilfer.
How many clans do we have here?
Faction leader 4 or 5.
Okay, I was just wondering, because I'm mostly just by myself in here at the moment, that's all.
Fair enough.
No, it's, I'm a solo runner anyhow, so I call myself a clan, but I'll keep coming back with the yellow armband, so it'll seem like an army.
I just like to follow Devo because he always runs out of space.
I've got 4 people, hopefully 6.
I usually try to talk first before I shoot anyone, so unless they shoot back and then I just shoot them no matter what, so.
Yeah, I think someone who's not wearing an armband, you might try that. But also you always get someone who panics, who hasn't got an armband, who will shoot as well. So you just got to be careful and wary around those sorts of players. Maybe try and approach them with a mic from distance. And yeah, if you don't reach an agreement and you're in the red zone, then it's PvP.
All right.
Yes,
so
I usually have a CB on me anyway, so I'll try to talk through that if I can't get a hold of you.
Maybe
Julian, you got the channel for that radio? Mate?
Yeah, we need a friendly channel, don't we?
We can do 94.6. Is that what I've been talking to you on, Will? Yes, 94.6. We'll write that down.
Yeah. As you can see, I've got a massive one sitting on my back. I love this thing. This thing's awesome.
Alright. All in agreement with the white armband being those that are trying to be neutral in the red zone, and for role play traders, whatnot, etc. Go ahead and stand up.
I want to add that it doesn't give you like a white armband shouldn't give you invincibility.
Gotcha.
Yeah, one thing I was going to say is
It's still the red zone. If somebody kills
Correct,
it.
correct.
if you're found looting military, then you probably should be shot. If you're in the hospital wearing a white armband, that's probably acceptable.
I think military zones are pretty much always going to be a free-for-all. But I think
Well,
if
if
you're
you got a bit of gun, you're probably
actually
going to die.
yeah, well, if you're actually in a faction, like, you know, crap, or over here with us in the Black Company, I don't think you should be allowed to put on another armband. You should still have to represent your faction. And we can put barrels up in the green zone, and just everybody can start piling up armbands in them, so people can make sure they grab one before they leave the green.
Good plan.
What's the chat saying, Anderson?
Say that again. Who was that? Say that again about the barrels. I missed that bit.
We can put barrels up in the green zone, and whenever somebody finds some raincoats, they can just cut them up and put them out, like we can out, and they'll just be armband barrels. So anybody actually in a faction can grab their color before they leave the green, so there's no confusion. And like I said, people actually in an official faction need to not be representing with the white armband. If you catch somebody in a faction with a white armband, they should be reported and have a 24-hour ban. Because people doing the roleplay thing should be role-playing every time they're on, not just because they feel like it. Like, if you're trying to solo roleplay, go without any armband and, you know, hope for the best.
Yeah, that's why we need someone in a police force, so we can get some handcuffs and keys together. And they can be handcuffed, and if they log out, they die.
And hopefully faction leaders have enough, you know, respect to enforce that among their own members too, and make sure that their own members aren't going to be representing the white armband when they're, you know, really in a group.
Yeah, so like medics should be wearing the nurse's dress and all that sort of stuff as well, so they're easily identified. So, you know, use the stuff that they're supposed to be wearing.
All right, perfect. So white armband's going to be that, and as the punishment for it, if you're clipped, are we going to stick to 24 hours, or are we going to stick to the same punishments we've been doing, the 1 week offense and then permaban second offense?
I mean, they're still, you know, donating members of the stream and everything because they tried to get away and do something a little sneaky. I think 24-hour works, and then 72, and then this one could have a 3-time punishment before a perma. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's right too.
I don't think cheating by an armband is nearly as severe as sharing out the password or duping or fucking, you know, using an alternate character to cheat somebody.
Yep, I'm happy with that. Maybe a 3-strike for that sort of thing.
Same.
All right, so 24-hour be first strike, second strike, what, 72?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 72. Yep.
And third strike, what are we going for?
Banned.
I mean, yeah.
Firing squad.
I mean,
banned.
if you really screw up 3 times on anything, you're just an asshole.
All right, I got that down right now.
True.
All right, so that goes into our roleplay talks. Devo, did you want to talk any more on the roleplay, or are we good with that so far?
Oh, if everyone just checks the Discord, the Xbox private server, that'll give you a bit of history as to who's doing what. If you're thinking about joining or want to create your own faction, just add your own little bit there. Put something ahead of your name. And Julian's going to go and create a list for everyone and put it in the pinned messages, so everything's easily identified. So, you know, just for my sake, it's crap, and I've got a yellow armband, and that'll go in the pinned messages there in Discord. So whenever you log on, you can just check that. You can check names. I try and keep my name the same as my player GT, well, I do keep it the same, so, you know, no one gets confused with that sort of thing. So, yeah, just go ahead and use the Discord for that sort of stuff.
Alrighty. Just had to make a note of some work that I've been advised on just now. So, does anybody have anything up to this point? I know we've been having a couple people connection losses or leaving and whatnot. We'll go ahead and move on to bases. And can someone please move that smoke out of the way, please? Yep, thank you. Thank you. That being said, let's go on with base rating. I'm opening up the floor with base rating. I know a couple people had their own thoughts of what's going on, etc. We'll keep moving.
Well,
Floor
I
is open.
brought it up. I brought it up on the DMs. I think it'd be cool to do, base rating on the weekends only. It gives people a chance to be on to defend, or maybe if we arrange, hey, we found you, we're gonna come for you, or something like that. So that way it's not just everybody sneaking around when everybody's offline or something. I don't know. I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose. You might as well just keep burying bags. But I mean, it's like we've got a base, we're going to build it up. We would definitely like to be able to defend it if we are going to be raided. And if it were to happen on the weekends only, that would give us more time to be on for that to happen. I'm not saying we need to have a heads up that someone's coming for us, but at least if we're on the weekends, we'll have a chance to be there to defend it. So and then it gives people a chance during the weekdays to rebuild and restock for retaliation if they want to go at the people who wiped them or something like that.
I agree. That sounds pretty fair, because most of us work, so, and we are on a different time frame from most years here. I'm in Australia, so we're probably a day ahead of the US, and probably 2 days in front of the English, I think, or they're a day ahead of us. I'm not too sure.
You're in the future, yeah.
This sounds about
I don't have
right.
a problem with any of that per se. The only things I would bring up in terms of base rating is like, obviously, I mean, you don't have to tear down all the walls. You don't have to dump all their fucking gear. You don't have to log off inside their base. You don't have to do these types of things. I mean, let's just, if we're gonna go PvP, don't take. If you raid somebody's base, don't take more than you can carry, and don't dump out the rest of their shit.
Now, does that mean if we can't carry it before?
So you can't log off inside someone's base because that's just an unfair advantage. So if you find someone's base, something like that, you have a look around. If no one's there, you probably, I don't know. It's almost hard and almost unpoliceable that someone's not going to take something from your stash while they're finding your base, and they've got to come back on the weekend to do so. Maybe they're not available the next weekend. I don't know how that should work, but. Yeah, definitely no base logging inside people's bases. I mean, if you're going to do that, have a fair fight, get on the outside of the wall and log, and then have another go, sort of thing. No ghosting in.
But I don't think you can ghost in now because of the new spawn systems. Because if you ghost in now, you go somewhere else, I'm pretty sure.
No, private server. It's a continuous relog on this one. So it's always the same spot.
Yep.
So for base ghosting, what are we going to be doing for the offenses? The same thing as password sharing, 1 week, and then perm ban second, or are we going to be doing like the white arm ban, 24 hours, 72 hour, and then ban 3 strike?
1 week, permaband.
Yeah,
Week and
I think
permaban.
definitely a 2.
All in favor for a week and permaban, stand up.
Hang on, and wait, before we. What was the law that we just passed? What did you?
It will be working for base ghosting. Ghosting and bases.
Yeah, okay, base. Yeah, I'm just. I want more, people to talk about what they think about weekend only raiding of bases because, sometimes people have a lot to do on the weekend and they do other things, and that might, also suit some other people. So we need more discussion on that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Purge on
Yeah, I
holiday.
think we need to punt that to the whole community. You know what I mean? That's a bigger conversation that should be had.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're busy on a weekend, there's always another weekend to raid something. And if you're really with a group and building a base, there's going to be more. I mean, as long as a couple people are on to defend it, at least your base is defended. It sucks that you missed out on that little bit of PvP, but there's other places for that. You can go out and find PvP to make up for it anytime during the week. It's just your base.
Let's
that's
stick
not
to
get
ghosting.
touched.
Let's finish ghosting.
I'm happy with the ghosting. Just with that other part, don't store stuff in barrels that you don't want stolen. I mean, if you want all your good ARs and stuff, go and bury them somewhere. But if you're going to build a base, like we say, have all your stuff in barrels or crates. Don't upset everything and chuck everything out. Don't knock down every wall. Don't steal every camo net or whatever. So, just sort of respect it and, little bit by little bit. And that way people won't be so annoyed that they're losing so much when they're not there.
So be respectful on the base rating. Take what you need. If you can't fit anything,
Yeah, just
go
take
ahead
what
and
you
leave.
need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, on that note, like, no one's ever going to be able to carry the 400 items stored in a large tent, but they might need a tent for their base. So if you do have to empty out a tent to steal it, try and redistribute the items elsewhere in the base.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That is, well, no one's seen me, and Devo knows that I have a lot of space from time to time. But that's besides the point.
I
Yes,
don't do
go ahead
tents,
and.
so I haven't realised that problem.
I'm like a walking tent.
That's a fair point for sure. But I mean, when you come in and you empty every tent and take every tent, that's kind of a dick move.
All right, so be respectful.
So if they've got multiple tents, maybe one is a target.
Oh, that's how you, limit tents during raids. You can only steal 2 maximum or something like that. Or, maybe that's just how faction wars start.
Yeah, I'd say 1 per raid, and that would start a faction war.
All right, so 1 tent per raid is what we're saying. We're like segueing a lot in depth on this, and what is the next scheduled restart of the server is going to be in 27 minutes.
How many more light items? How many more light items do we have?
All right. We just got a couple more. That's about it. So we'll start to wrap it up. But while we're here for the big parts, weekend-based raids, go ahead and stand up if you're in favor of that. Chat, go ahead and speak up as well. I gotta stay neutral. All right, if you're, are we even number here?
Is US Army still here? He's been lying on the floor for some time.
Anything in terms of in the chat for that, but just personally for me, I think that's a bigger conversation that needs to be had.
All right, base ghosting. Are we all in favor that that is a no-go? Stand up.
Yep.
All right, that being said, on the base ghosting, are we going to use the same offenses of the password sharing and the alts, or are we going to be doing the 3 strikes?
3 strikes for a ghost.
Password sharing. I think
no, password sharing.
All right.
If you're ghosting, you know exactly what you're doing.
All right,
Yeah,
for the password sharing, stand up.
I didn't catch that, sorry, what?
Okay, so for the same punishment as password sharing, be applied to base ghosting, stand up.
Oh.
And that will be 1 week, first offense, second offense is going to be a permanent ban. All right, does anybody want to elaborate on that are not voting?
Permanent seems a bit harsh, but anyhow, I'm happy with what everyone goes with.
To ghost, man,
It's the only way it'll stop.
That's some foul shit, though.
All right. All right, so base ghosting is going to be first offense 1 week, second permanent ban. Let me write this down, and you guys can go ahead and start talking about. Oh, we already got respectful. I'm sifting through all these notes. Oh, what was that? Yeah, okay. Oof, I got scared there. All right, for ambushes during meetings or events like this, someone comes in, what are we going to be doing for those? Permanent ban or first offense?
Gone.
Permanent ban.
Permanent
ban.
See you later.
Permanent instant ban.
As a side note on that particular topic, like right now, I think there should be a ceasefire, for a certain period of time after these events too, so people can safely separate without worrying about being followed. People can get back to their bases, whatever they want to do. those heading back to green zone can get to the green zone safely. Something like that.
Cool.
Yeah, 12 hour.
Very good point.
All right, with the cease, go ahead, Daddy. I heard you. I thought I heard you. Yep.
No, I just think 12 hours is too long.
Yeah, 12
So
hours.
a 12-hour ceasefire is too long.
I mean, like, after the meeting, I say like 3 hours after the point the meeting ends or something like that. Long enough for anybody to get all the way across the map.
Yeah, you could easily get diagonally across the map that way. 3 hours.
All right, all in favor for 3-hour ceasefire after meetings and events, stand up. All right, that was very unanimous on that one. And keep standing if you're in agreement for a permanent ban for event ambushes and meeting ambushes. All right. Moving onward. Now on these events, actually, yeah, well, since we're already talking about
That's for official meetings only, right?
Correct. Like this one, exactly. So official meetings. Yeah,
Which were mostly going to take place here, aren't they?
Correct. Green Mountain seems like a
I'm
good,
just saying,
reasonable
if I
place
come
for
across
us to
a
be
bunch of
able to
orange arm brands having a meeting, I don't have to respect.
No, right not.
Why they gotta be orange, yo?
Oh yeah,
I'm just wearing this to stand out in there. Okay. Let's keep moving this forward. I appreciate everybody's feedback. So for actual stream events and everything like that, I know it's kind of hard to get or watch one point of view, and we all love Don, but we also have some people that don't take clips, and we would love to have those clips for like stream highlights for different points of views. If we have a designated cameraman, is everybody in agreement for a designated cameraman for that with a certain outfit or color? Floor is open.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would
no
be
worries.
awesome.
So the cameraman doesn't get shot. I understand.
Yeah,
Which
give 'em, like, the
obviously means he
UN
can't
helmet
take
or
part in combat.
the safety orange and the hard hat or something.
Yeah, the safety
Yeah,
clothes.
but
Safety
as
gear.
said, he can't take part in combat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Needs
no,
a
of
press
course
vest
not.
on. UN helmet, maybe.
White or orange.
Why don't we just dress him up as a police officer?
Because somebody doing the role play might dress up as a police officer.
Exactly.
With a white armband.
No, for the event.
So he's like a
Orange
referee.
hard hat,
maybe
something like that.
Maybe
we can
military officer
set up
uniform.
dress maybe like orange reflective vest, orange helmet. That will stick out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, fair enough. Just fully.
So all in
completely
agreement.
ignoring.
All right, all in agreement for orange vest and orange helmet. Stand up. All right, and they will not be participating. Okay, so we've already talked about that. That's going to be a new thing. Monthly meetings with the group leaders and group reps. After this, if you guys have groups ready to go ahead and DM me so I can get us a pinned message up so we can possibly get those ready to go. But that being said, with the meetings like this, for example, over these server meetings, how often do you guys think we should have something like this and make some sort of a council to be able to see what's going on? I understand some people are not in a group and their voices need to also be heard. As a mod, I can be that conduit for them if you guys are in agreement with it. But for group leaders as well, having you guys in agreement of one meeting like this a month, or should we do it any more frequent? Or should we do it frequently?
I think we could do it as and when we need it, you know? If something is needed to
Yeah, I agree with
form a
that.
council
So if the
to
rules
talk
are being
about, we'll
followed
do
and
it.
we're doing good with what's been talked about today, there's no need to do it again. If we all start fucking up, then we'll do it.
Yep.
Unless it's just a social thing, you know?
I wouldn't be opposed to even just a social
Social.
meeting, just once a month, just hanging out and getting together like this. Not bad or anything like that. We all just get together and chill. And if somebody wanted to do a temporary faction war or something like that, they can negotiate it then. And then if anything else needed to be discussed, on an as-needed basis, it would be brought up in Discord, and I'm sure an admin would take care of it from there.
You're right about. Anybody else have anything to throw on there?
Yeah, just as needed basis, or I mean, maybe you could do it every 3 months. Have one just for shits and giggles to keep the standard going.
Just as an event, you could do a monthly bonfire here for anybody who wanted to come and get together like this, and if anything had to be discussed, it could be brought up or something. Who knows?
Yeah, just do it at events as well. But like, yeah, if shit goes wrong, we need to talk. We hold a meeting. If if nothing's going wrong, just keep going.
Perfect. And if anybody needs to hold a meeting, you can always come up with or message us. Go ahead, Teddy.
No, I got nothing.
All right, so I currently have the official community meetings will be as needed or when called for, and then someone was all in favor for that part. Go ahead and stand up. All right, we got that going. Now for get-together meetings, like community group cookouts or something like that. All in favor for 1 month at Green Mountain? Stand up.
That's fine. Whatever.
Can we bring a radio? Or a disco ball or something?
We could try to do that. We'll try to do that. We just hope that the rules stay followed and everybody just has a great time.
Bring lots of cocaine as well.
Straight up. Rack those lines.
All right, so, well, we still got a little bit of time. What are some ideas you guys can think of for recruitment? How do we bring in new members and whatnot? I know we touched on it in the very beginning, but let's do a little deep dive in that for now because we have that and one main other. Oh, we got two other things after that. So, recruitment. How to bring in new members go?
Well, could we not invite them into the purge if we have this purge idea where it's just everybody kill everything?
All right. So all in favor of using that as our recruitment drive? Stand up.
Purge? Hell yeah.
Well, hold on.
That's definitely a good
It's all
idea.
different ideas.
We're not going to be doing purges all the time. That can't be our
The
main
backups.
source of.
The backups. Events.
It'll be the events. When they see the
I think we
events
need
that we're
Don
having,
to
when they
advertise
see
it better.
stuff that we're doing, then they'll come, they'll stay. We just got to keep the course of what we talked about, and people are going to come.
And also, when Don does his streams, he's got to
By
advertise his
purge, I
private
just meant-
server.
What about advertising on Don's stream? What about that? Are we going to do a purge or something and it's just going to be open for everyone?
Yeah, get Don on the stream more often.
I don't know how
By
many
the
of you
word
guys
purge,
I
it just
think-
meant
hey,
like, just
what
because
if-
we're allowing everybody to come in.
I don't
If we
think we should
just
do that
drove
too often. I
traffic-
think maybe once a month, maybe maximum, of letting public come into the server like that. But as for recruiting new members who want to play the private, I mean, we're doing all we can, but Don's got to put the message out there on YouTube to attract everyone in.
Agreed.
I think it's going to be a hard sell just to get people to come to the private, The best move would probably be just to recruit people to come watch Don stream, join the Discord, and therefore now they'll have access to the free server. Now once they're in the free server and they're in the Discord, now we can talk to them. Now we can, say, hey, in the private server we got this going on. We're going to have this event. We're going to do this. You should become a member type thing.
Yep,
Agreed.
I agree.
I mean, we're already growing every week. We get new players. I think slowly but surely they'll see everything that's going on, and we'll just get a bigger following. It's not all going to happen in a weekend.
I mean, me personally, I'm recruiting and I'm trying to bring people into the public and private. I mean, if they can't really afford the subscription at the moment, I'm going to encourage them to when they can. But I'm also bringing them into at least the public server, and then that'll help them stick around and join in on the events until they can subscribe. So it's just
We gotta
if with faction leaders who are all working on building their own faction, they can try to pull members on from. I mean, I don't have social media, but I try to use some of the other Discords and things like that. So, I mean, there's always that option. And then obviously anybody who does videos or streams, they should be advertising, at the end of all their streams, hey, we've got these servers running, come join us.
Yep.
We got the chat chiming in. Harry says,
All right, go ahead for the
maybe
chat.
Don could do like a random viewer giveaway, like here's a month free membership or a 3-month free membership.
That sounds good. That
And
sounds alright.
He could do a non-sub only boxing league. Like if we do a boxing event or a shootout event, the winner of a non-sub division can get a sub or something like that.
That's good.
obviously not everyone can do this or will want to, but it's honestly only $2 once a month. So, like, if you only ever do it once in a lifetime, you can say, hey, I'll give you $2, come check out this server. And 9 times out of 10, if they can afford it, they're going to stay.
True. Go ahead, Borg.
Yep, I think we've pretty much answered that one. I mean, it's unanimous. Everyone's got to do their little bit, whether it be Discord or whatever. Maybe even some looking for group posts on Xbox and the clubs and put that sort of thing out. Maybe we could start an Xbox club as well and try and grab some more members that way.
That is true. We do currently have a Don Sibley Games club out on Xbox. Hope for you all to check it out. Let me go ahead and get the name for you exact.
Send some invites out, Julian, if you got it, to all your people on your friends and online list.
I believe Omni was doing that earlier, sending it out to all the members.
Yeah, I got an invite yesterday.
And it is Don Sibley Games private servers. I know there's a couple of us already on there. There's a nice picture that I uploaded earlier while we were waiting. But besides that, we do have that as another tool that we can use to help recruit. And from what I'm understanding is, like everybody said, it's unanimous. Everybody just try to do your part to get in new members. And we'll try to have special, like, random viewer memberships or something like that on the admin mod sides as well. And
we got 12 minutes.
Hopefully we can all just keep working together. Oh, I'm moving fast here. I'm moving fast. We're covering a lot of ground. All right. So should we talk about trading currency system in here, or is that left for a Discord chat? If anybody has anything against that or needs to talk about it, stand up now.
I mean, aren't nails already like the universal currency?
Yeah, nails are great.
All right, nails is our main currency. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, talk. Go ahead, talk. All right. Go ahead. Go ahead. If anybody needs to talk, go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk now.
Everybody's pretty much just going to be bartering for whatever they need anyways, whether they actually want nails or not, right? So, I know that they're in abundance, but is there really is there much benefit to establishing a set currency when everyone's going to be like, well, I'll just trade you this gun for that gun or this attachment for that one?
True, so we can all in agreement to just go with whatever. Stand up.
But something like a colour armband has got to be done to distinguish a trader.
If you're gonna have somebody set up here at the trading post during certain times and you want to set a currency up for them to purchase things from a shop, that's a whole other story. But I mean, do you have somebody dedicated to the role play of a trader up at Green Mountain all the time like that?
Yeah, okay. You probably keep it as a white armband. So anyone with white armbands are approachable, whether it be trading medicine or trading guns, ammo, whatever, yeah.
And the white armbands can be stationed here at Green Mountain. Possibly. Calling agreements?
I mean, that's something that'll have to be worked out, but that sounds good.
Yeah.
I know someone else wanted to do another trading base up there in the north somewhere, so if they're here, they can give their voice of opinion on that sort of thing.
Yes, Devil's Castle Red Zone Trading Post is one that was brought up to me, and then Borg's also got an idea of a place as well. Go ahead and talk.
We might take a really small town way up north for people who don't want to travel all the way, but it's still technically in the red zone, so it's going to be something that we'll have to enforce. So it might be like an every other week or once a week thing that when we have people out there who can enforce, that nobody comes in the lines with a gun or something. So that way people can do safe trades, but that's gonna be after we've got our base set up. That's not anything that's gonna be happening anytime soon. I'm sure Red Mountain will be up before that.
Yeah, for all this to work properly, you got to be Discord active. So you put it in the Discord, and people have also got to read the Discord to make sure they know this sort of stuff's happening. So that'll avoid confusion and accidents.
Perfect.
Yeah, trying to get on that. And the chat, He thinks we should make sure that we keep any and all private server beef on the private chat only. Make sure that shit doesn't spill over into the other Discord channels. That way we don't want anybody assuming that there's constant bickering and fighting. Actually, I would go one better and say put it in the DMs and you guys can hash it out yourselves. And trading should just be handled in the Discord. No sense stepping on everybody trying to over-govern the people.
Correct. And I will throw it out there. We do have
just
a
free
trading channel. If you need if you have something, it's the Green Mountain channel. It's on the Discord and the private server listings as well. Just go ahead in there and pop in. Hey, I have this to trade. You know, if anybody wants it, DM me and we can get together to figure out something in a trade for that. And it also kind of cleans up the main chat that we have for when we push out extra information or anything like that. So it's a whole separate thing to help clean up.
We might be able to make a channel for the private servers, like for the private server access only, that's just, you know, faction beef. So that way any trash talk between groups in general can stay out of the main chat where everyone else is socializing or trying to negotiate anything. And that way all the shit talk slowly goes in that channel.
Yeah, because it's kind of fun to watch, to be honest with you.
Just
make a
goes
separate
with RP
channel.
as well. You know, realise we're all sitting here together and no one shot each other yet, so everyone's quite civil. But we play the game. A bit of RP adds depth to the whole thing, the experience. So yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, I'm a pretty good shit stirrer when it comes to Discord, and I like to say things that generate some sort of opinion or action, and that's exactly why I do it.
Yeah, never you do, though.
All right, so let's keep chatter down. So we're talking about all in favor of a roleplay channel on the Discord. Stand up. And that'll cover for your role-playing talks and your faction talks, etc. All right, I have a note of that. All right, so does anybody have anything that has not been covered that can be quickly covered? Floor is yours. Stand up if you do.
That I can think of.
Who's got a clan over near Gorka?
We can't reveal that information.
Yeah.
That's too far down south for the company.
If someone does,
just gonna join you,
DM
that's all.
Wolfer.
I was going to say,
I'd
I've
just like
got...
to say, my name is Aneurysm, and I have a problem. I can't stop building cars against my better judgment. They cause me nothing but grief and misery. I need help. Please, help me.
I will help you dispose of any crafted cars that you cannot store. Just hit me up.
Same here.
All right, guys.
I need a radiator.
We have-
I just destroyed mine.
Oh, man. All right, guys, we have 6 minutes left. Let's go ahead and pop from the tower for a quick screenshot for the stream, as well as for the
I'll take the
private channel.
picture.
Oh, you got it? All right.
Everybody get in there. Tighten up, tighten up.
Guns out? Everyone guns out?
Hold on, everybody. We're over here. Let me move. A little bit. All right, how we looking, Aneurysm?
Say Daisy.
Dayz.
All right, Aneurysm, take that screenshot, and you can actually post it in the club, and then we'll also try to take a screen jab and throw it in for the meeting conclusion. Did you get it?
Yep, screenshot grabbed. Yep.
All right, that being said, we already agreed to a 3-hour ceasefire. Also, let me do a quick rundown of the list before we all pop out.
I think if we're about to do a restore, then it doesn't matter where we log out, or don't even worry about running home, because as soon as Don does the restore, you're going to end up somewhere else. So you can just log out here and then let Don do the restore.
Can we wait till after the restart and then restore, and hopefully it'll just restart us here? I don't want to lose my shit.
Yeah, I agree with
try
that.
it.
Let's
Yep.
just wait till the restart. Do it straight after the restart.
All right, straight after the restart. So we might go back on the restore. There again, we can't control how far back it goes.
No, but we're gonna hope.
We are gonna hope. So we'll wait till after this reset, and then after the reset, whatever backup is
Someone
up,
drop
we'll
the
use that.
canteen. Someone dropped their canteen.
The good part is there's going to be more loot as soon as we do the restore.
Exactly.
You guys
exactly.
may want. Someone may want this canteen over here. It's meant.
All right, so if we're good, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this stream off.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Take it easy,
And thank you
stream.
everybody for tuning in to Don Sibley Games. Leave a
Thanks for
like.
hearing your players' voices.
And thank you for jumping in and tuning. Alright, bye.
Okay, bye.
That did not sound like a smoke.